What's up, y'all? Welcome back. You got Camille and I here today. We're talking about supination. So we got a request. The request was about wrist twist, which is called supination. And so stay tuned. We're going to show you a bunch of different ways to supinate and why you should supinate. Supination. So supination, all you do is turn your palms up. Once your palms up, you want to supinate more, you turn your pinkies in, right? This is supinated. This is pronated if you wanted to know. Supinated, pronated. All right, first example, we got cable flies. We got traditional cable fly here, but you can absolutely supinate this exercise here. Get a good stretch at the bottom. Good squeeze here, but watch when I supinate, just like so.
So when he's doing that, you can see how his forearms are actually coming in closer together, which is causing this deeper contraction right here in the chest.
100%. You can feel it much more when you turn those pinkies up. You get a much harder contraction. You're firing more muscle fibers with a harder contraction. And remember, muscle fibers fire in all or nothing fashion. So if you aren't supinating and getting that max contraction, you're not firing as many muscle fibers as you can fire. You're not getting the gains that you can get, right?
Yeah, it definitely feels like a deeper contraction when you're doing this one too, compared to just palms in.
Oh yeah.
And that's just really due to how much further or closer you can get these elbows and arms to each other.
Absolutely. Elbows here as compared to elbows here.
See how much further away they are?
Big difference. The next example, we're going to do another fly, but we're going to do low to high flies. All right. On low to high flies, obviously you put your pulleys all the way down. Then you bring up and together like so. I'm not supinated here. This is overhand grip. My pinkies are down. So you want to change it and supinate. Get those pinkies up and squeeze that chest.
Yeah, it's the same thing, y'all. You see how much closer his arms are?
Yep.
So he's able to get that deeper contraction on the chest versus other areas on the body.
100%. And this is more of like a shoulder exercise if you don't have your pinkies up. Your delts are going to take over a lot of this exercise if you don't supinate it and get your pinkies up.
Right.
Supinate, get your pinkies up, now it's a chest exercise, right? You can really squeeze that bad boy there.
Not only that, go back to the regular way you were doing that. This is kind of uncomfortable on your hands. You see how the strap's digging into the wrist?
Yep.
Now supinate. The strap's not touching the hand anymore, so it's a little more natural position for the hand too, just with the handles.
Very good point. Since we showed you the cable version, I'm going to show you the dumbbell version as well, just because I've had so many clients go, man, I can feel the chest working when you do these dumbbell low to high flies. Again, same position, up, together, squeeze those pinkies, right? Right. You kind of want a slight bend on your elbow so you can contract even more on this here. Just like that. And you already know, straight up is dumbbell or shoulder exercise, excuse me. So turn them, supinate them, and squeeze them together to get that chest activated and make it a chest exercise.
Yeah, I would say I wouldn't even do these if you weren't going to supinate. I would prefer the cable. But if you're going to supinate, then absolutely you're getting that contraction right here in those like inner pecs.
Yep.
So that's really what the benefit of that one is.
Killer contraction. You know, if you've never tried this one, give it a try. You'll feel the contraction. The next example we're going to show you supination is with the curl. Dumbbell curl. We're going to get Camille to demonstrate. She has the best biceps, of course.
That's right.
So, go ahead and curl traditionally. Straight up, straight down. She's slightly pronated because her palms are up, y'all. But we can do better than that. When you come up, twist that pinky in and supinate. There you go. You see the difference there? She's turning them in. Big difference in keeping them flat and straight. Can you feel the contraction stronger when you supinate?
Oh yeah, absolutely. like right at the top, you get that little extra pop where you're able to hit those biceps and really fully contract them versus just going straight up and straight down.
Yeah, agree 100%. If you do concentration curls, you really feel the difference when you supinate. I mean, just look at the bicep here. All I'm doing is supinating with no weight. And you can see biceps working. So there's two functions to the biceps. We've done a video on this before. Supinate is the first function of the bicep. That is a bicep function, y'all, right there. And then, of course, the curl. Everybody knows the curl. But not too many people know this is a bicep function. So, make sure you supinate.
And with this one, I really like focusing on the supination towards the end of the range of the motion. That way I'm still getting the maximum benefit of the curl in the hardest range of the motion from here to here, and then add that supination at the very end to really knock out that contraction.
Again, max contract, fire as many fibers as you can. In order to do that, you have to supinate.
Absolutely.
Next example I'm going to show you on a supination or twisting your wrist is benching with dumbbells. Yes, you can supinate your dumbbells while you're benching. Let me show you how. Alright, so you start traditional overhand grip on your dumbbell presses. You come up, you twist, pinkies in, and squeeze.
Same thing as before. Look how close you can get these elbows and forearms to one another. That closing that gap, allowing that deeper contraction right there on the chest.
100%. Compared to this is a good exercise, good contraction, but you're going to get a better contraction if you supinate them, right? You can also do these underhand grip.
Right.
So start supinated and then come up and just supinate them more at the top. This is going to hit more lower chest if you do it this way. You do it this way, twisting, you're hitting all your chest, top, middle, and bottom, and squeeze.
I also feel like the supinated version has a wider range of motion than just straight up and straight down.
Agreed. You do it more.
Recruiting more muscle fibers and getting deeper contraction on those chest muscles.
Yep.
The only caution I'll say is if for some reason you're having shoulder pain, maybe don't do them. That internal rotation of the shoulder can bother some people.
100%.
But if you're really focusing on the contraction of the chest, that really shouldn't happen. But if it does, just keep that in mind.
Yeah, and think about it, y'all. Dumbbell presses, you can do flat, incline, or decline. It all applies. You can supinate incline, you can supinate decline, and you can supinate flat. One more example, we're going to show you cable curls, y'all. A great way to set this up is two separate handles like we got here. If you got a straight bar, you're supinated, but you can't turn that pinky in for that max contraction at the top. So make sure you set it up two separate handles. Go all the way down, all the way up. See how much her pinky, you can probably see her pinky from right here. See how much they're turned in at the top there? Show them flat. As compared to this, traditional curls here. And then turn that pinky in, max contract. Go ahead and do it the other way. Good. Yeah, you can see her bicep peaks right there. When she supinates, gets that extra contraction in there. Alright, so make sure you're supinating on your curls. Biceps have two functions. Make sure you supinate on your chest exercises.
Get it in for sure. Get that contraction.
Alright, y'all, so that's supination. Remember, the benefit of supination is to get that max contraction. It gets you a better contraction. It fires more muscle fibers. It's going to get you more gains if you're supinating. Keep that in mind while you're exercising, right? Alright, so you can do supination not on every exercise. It doesn't make sense on every exercise. But for biceps, 100% you should definitely be supinating. There's only one reason, wrist pain. This is the only reason you should not be supinated while you're working out your biceps.
Absolutely.
Chest is another great one. You get that max contraction with those pinkies up, pinkies together. Get that squeeze, make them gains, get that max contraction. I've had clients over the years say stupid nation, supernation, supination, however you got to say it to remember it.
Supernator! Yeah!
Supinator. Whatever you gotta do to remember it, just remember Supination, twist your wrist.
Absolutely.
Alright, thanks for tuning in, y'all. I don't know where we're gonna throw this in the playlist, but we'll throw it into one of them. And don't forget to tune in every Sunday at 12 for live. You can fire away any question you want at us, we'll get on it. And thanks for tuning in. 88 Fitness, like and subscribe.
It's time for the Supinator. It's time for the Supinator. Time for the Supinator.